What's going on, guys? We're back. Today's kind of a different day. We're actually not doing anything to do with the trucks. As you guys know, I do a lot of different stuff, I guess. But we're gonna probably do some fishing today. I'm mainly a bass fisherman. I don't really fish for anything else. But right now we're swapping over my stuff from the last tournament I fished. It was like 7 degrees on Stockton, and this isn't going to be, I don't know, this crankbait's just a little bit too much for what we're going to be doing today. We're going to do doing some pond hopping, little farm ponds, and whenever I fish those, and usually I never fish mono unless I'm throwing jerk bait or crankbait or something, but unfortunately I do have mono on today. Usually I throw 65-pound Power Pro braided line, but we're leaving what we got on since it's freshly restrung and the line's good. But this is usually what they bite on at the farm ponds. I'm a big jig fisherman. I really love them. I love pitching and flipping and punching through the thick stuff. And my setup has pretty much been depleted. I didn't fish much last year and I still ran through all of it. So we're gonna have to go do a little bit of restocking. I set a little pole up, and then my little cousin Troy, which he's gonna come with us and fish. He is a dang good fisherman, I'll tell you that. Last time me and him went pond hopping, he caught, I think, like a 6-pounder, which was the biggest fish he'd ever caught. And we're gonna try and do it again today because he was pretty psyched. So he's gonna get out of school and I'm gonna take him. But we are at our family lake. We don't fish here. I mean, there's fish in here, and there's a crap ton of them. I think one time me and Sawyer were out on the boat and we caught 250 within 2 hours. Like, it was outrageous, but none of them are big. Like, a 2-pounder is probably as big as we'd caught. There are big ones in here. We have caught 7 and 9-pounders in here, but I mean, that's like a once a summer kind of deal, and I'm gonna go where I know the big fish are. So we're gonna restock all of our stuff. I'm leaving that pole alone. As you guys can tell by the white rods, I am a duckett man. I really love duckett rods, and I swear by Lews reels, and that's just a personal preference, really. There's some people that said, oh, mine broke, I switched. There's Abu guys, I mean, it just depends, but I've never had one break, and last one I had that actually just went out and I could have it fixed. I had it for 4 years and fished the crap out of that thing. And the rods are real touchy, and I mean, you can feel everything. I don't know, rods can go either way. I found a lot of good rods. Another rod I really like is G Loomis. They're expensive, but they're a very nice rod. But we're gonna change out our crankbait and put on probably some sort of creature bait, because, like I said, we're fishing farm ponds. They aren't, in some parts they're super deep, but I am gonna be flipping a lot of stuff and trying to find fish for big ones, and that's just not gonna do it. And I hate fishing a crankbait in these little farm ponds because they're surrounded by trees, and treble hooks suck anyway. So, but if I've got to catch them, like in that tournament, that's what I was catching them on, so I had to roll with it. We're gonna throw on a Texas rig, and then I'm gonna have to go get some more baits because I'm like fresh out. I've got some trailers and little stuff, but that's about it. So we're gonna have to restock. I'll probably get back to you guys. I'm gonna have you on the chest mount and some time lapse, and the only really clips are gonna be of us catching fish, and so hopefully we catch some. But kind of a different day, doing something different. I know this isn't the normal, but I figured I'd bring you guys along just because it's a beautiful day out and I don't have anything to do to the truck, so why not take the little cousin fishing. So we'll be back. Next time you see me, you'll probably be on my chest, and we'll be fishing. So stay tuned. Kolby's got one on. I think it's the same one. That's a good looking fish. So they're all freaking... They're all consistent. Oh.
Not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's a good one. Oh, look at my crawdad. It's missing it.
Yeah, one nibble.
It's missing. Ah, that must have just happened.
Yeah, one nabbed a leg off mine earlier.
I know it's not a 4 or 5 pounder. I mean, I'm not worried about it, but I remember fishing, whatever, Table Rock, Stockton, and I hook into a good, went halfway across the pond with it, and before I even set the hook.
I fished Stockton quite a bit. There it is again, look.
Yeah, got him that time. No? What in the world? Yeah, oh yeah. See, that's what mine did. It went left like 3 feet, and I set the hook, and he ditched it. Yep, there he is. I might have let him get too much of that. Yeah, he's a decent fish, I think. The fish in this pond are just good quality. This, yeah. Really? Check this. Check the bottom of this fish out. Look at him.
Oh, you know what that is?
Is that
Yesterday, Colton hooked one right here under the gill plate.
Really?
And his hook was in there too.
Oh my God.
That's the same fish.
That's the same one.
That is so funny. See how much he weighs.
Man.
How much decent. That's the same fish. That is hilarious.
Well, I was looking, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. That's the same one. That is so funny.
Yeah.
I can't believe you hooked the same one. That's hilarious.
I think he was that same one that took off with it before too.
Yeah, he was going deeper. Yeah, Colton was freaking out. I don't think this was the big one that Colton caught. I don't remember. He doesn't want to stay on there like that either. Gotta poke a hole myself. Sorry, buddy. Hope you don't mind a new piercing. This scale is a piece of junk. 2,
It's about almost the same size as the other one.
3, it looks.
What was the other one, 218?
Man, why can't I read the damn screen? Don't flop, bud. And 213. Yeah, the other one was 214. I don't think that was the big one, Cole.
Nah, probably. Definitely, I just.
It came swimming up the bank. I don't know what it was doing.
Kolby just caught a fish, and as he was getting his other one, there was a fish right here that like swam out, which does not make any sense.
Gotta get the crusty old scale out. Yeah, look at the back of his throat, how red it is from all the crawdads he's been eating. Or she. Man, dark screen, I can't see now.
Oh, it thinks it's zeroed.
2-2. It said 2-3. Damn.
Yeah.
Close.
Right on. Well, I've switched it up now because I got on a tree and snapped my line over there. We're throwing a swim bait now. We threw a hard swim bait. Haven't had any luck. Kind of just throwing something to see if I can get him to bite on it. Decent little fish. Nothing crazy. Got it in the very bottom lip. That's, yeah, that is weird. I never know how to grab him whenever I get him in the bottom lip. Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. He's been caught.
Has he really?
One right there. Yeah, not even kidding.
Has he really?
Yeah, right at the top.
Oh, that's
Right
funny.
I caught him in the very bottom lip.
This paw, these.
Look at that.
We've probably been catching the same time.
Yeah. Our presentations are so good that we've been catching the same fish over and over again. How about that? Thanks, buddy.
This pond has been fishing forever.
Kolby's hooked up. Got a little fight. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good bass.
Look
how red it's.
That's her for the day for sure.
Yeah.
That's a stud.
Look how red her mouth is. Dead gum. She is a big old fish.
God, that's a stud.
Nice stomach on her.
We need a
Pretty fish. Yeah, you want to take my picture?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's definitely a picture there
Yeah, that's picture worthy.
for sure.
I knew it started ripping drag. My drag's tightened a lot. I was like, yeah, she's got some meat on her. She looked big in it.
Yeah. I like that. Let me get one. That's a good one. Yeah. Looks good.
Let me get a weight on her. Take a picture
Yeah.
of the scale. Got too much shit in my bag. Look at that red mouth. Look how many
Jiminy
crawdads she's been
Christmas.
eating. Damn.
Man, there's got to be a just absolute tank because that's a good
Look at
fish.
this thing.
That thing is, oh my God, that's a good one.
God, I'm flipping. She's slimy. Sorry, I poked a hole through your bottom lip. I apologize. Damn. See what the weight on her is. I'm sure the scale's exact. Come on now. $4.8.
4.8.
Yeah, take a picture.
It's like now I'm trying to rotate more or something because if I bring it up too much, it hits the screen and knocks it backwards. I feel like whenever I rotate, it looks like I'm setting the.
I've always wanted to put a GoPro on my chest front.
Dude, that would be crazy.
It's pretty intense.
Yep, he's taking it. Yeah, it's almost like I reel it, like as soon as it lands, I reel it a little bit, and it's like this, almost the second fall or something, like they hit it again. Because it's not right on the fall, but. Hey, little guy compared to the rest of them. He'll get there though.
We'll be there one day, little buddy. That was a homemade ball. I give him a 3 out of 5.
Yep. Guys, I'm going to do a little outro video for everything you just saw, which I don't have my light, so I don't know how well you guys are able to see me. But, there we go. Need to pause this. Watching a little Lunkers TV. But, today we fished a really small pond, just one of Kolby's spots. My first southeast Kansas fish, which I ended up catching 8, and Kolby caught 5, I believe, but he caught a really good one. He caught a 4.7 out of this little pond that we could just cast across, which is pretty cool. But most of my fish today were caught up on a setup like this. Which I was using a tungsten weight at first, and I lost it in the trees, but okay, it just got snapped off because I'm not using braid. But it was a really heavy, I don't even know how much it weighed, but a tungsten weight with the bobber stop with a skirt ran on it with a, let's see if I can get this stuff off here for you guys. With a Texas rigged craw, and the two rigs that we used, the first couple fish I caught them on a rage craw in the green pumpkin color. Really good stuff. I love Strike King stuff. And the other ones we caught on the rage tail structure bug. Now this is in blue craw color. It's got some green in it, but you can see really see the blue flake and tint whenever it's in the sunlight. It worked really well. And I forgot to put you guys, or I forgot to record with you guys on, so the intro was on a sunny day. You can tell a difference. I forgot to record that day. Forgot to wear the GoPro. I'm a moron. But this was the pattern that day too. We ended up catching them really good. I caught like a 4.5. Me and Autumn and Troy caught a bunch at the lake. I mean, and Autumn was really catching them on a Texas rig set up like this. So we talked baits. My line setup is 12 pound fluoro, which is not my line of choice, I guess. Where I fish a lot of heavy structured stuff and a lot of thick stuff most of the time. So most of the time I've got 65 or 50 pound Power Pro braided line on this setup, at least, because I'm always, it's just what I prefer, and I don't break off as much, and it doesn't affect how much fish I catch where I fish. Now whenever I'm fishing tournaments, my other setups obviously have usually my 12 pound mono or fluoro, or just depends on what setup. The rod is a 7-foot medium heavy duckett ghost on a Lews Tournament Speed Spool LFS, and it's in a 8:3:1 10 bearing. It's a great setup. It casts like a country mile. It's a really nice setup, good for flipping, and a really good casting setup. My other setup is the same rod, 7-foot medium heavy duckett on, it's a Lews Mach 1 as well. I'm a big Lews fan. I've had a lot of other stuff, and that's pretty well just what I stick with now. I will buy other stuff in the future. It's just what I've got, and I'm not really looking to spend money because I spent pretty big money on stuff like this. But you don't need stuff like this to catch them. I just like the sensitivity, and whenever I'm fishing this summer, I usually have to fish a lot of slow stuff around here. So I've really got to be able to feel the bottom and just work it. But that's what we use today. This is kind of like a punching setup, but it worked really well today. I was just kind of moving it. I wasn't really working it like I would punching, not like a jig either. I was moving it a little bit quicker. But the fish were just eating it up, and it was kind of murky water. Like I said, really small pond that nobody would ever think there's any fish in. And there was the smallest fish I caught was a pound, and it was just that one. Before that, the smallest fish was 2.5. But I did post some pictures on Instagram of some of the big ones we caught, so those pictures I will drop in here. You guys can see them in the video. Kolby was using a chatterbait. It was a blue and black chatterbait with I forget which trailer he had on there, but that's what he got the big one on. He said I figure if I throw it, if I can throw it in there enough, I'm gonna catch a decent one at some point. And they were all really good fish, all really healthy. They've been eating like crazy. The backs of their throats were all red. I ended up catching the same fish twice. I caught it at the very end, and I didn't get it on video, which was fish number 8, and it was that one that was 2.5. But they were all very healthy fish. It was a lot of fun. I got out of class, and Kolby said, "Hey, I don't gotta work. You wanna go fishing?" And it was a really good time. Really appreciate him taking me. But we kept it simple today. I do a lot of Texas rigged fishing, a lot of jig stuff. I don't like my other setup has a crankbait on it, a 10-foot, 8 to 10. And last tournament I fished at Stockton, that's what the pattern was, so it was still on from being then. So I don't know, I haven't messed with it. I really like this setup. This is my favorite setup, so whenever I put stuff on, I'm usually fishing with this. But that's what we used today. I caught most of my fish on this, and I squeaked out like 3 at the end on this. And like I said, these are rage tail stuff. I do plan on getting some Guggen baits. I'd like to try them out. I don't know, I like trying just about all the baits out, but I do really like the Rage Tail series. They're just really, really good and have good quality, and they last quite a while. Like, I went through one craw, and it's on here, and I did go through one structure bug, and that's the one I broke off on the tree branch. So it didn't even get, the little tails didn't even get ate up, so that's a 10 out of 10 for them. They do good work. But that was it for this video. It was something different. I figured I would, whenever I started this channel, I said I do a lot of different things, and we'll have truck stuff, which is majority of what the channel is. But I do also hunt and fish, and I figured why not bring you guys along for fishing stuff. So there was little bass catching action. It wasn't the best. I don't really know how to film bass fishing at all, but it was a good time. We didn't do anything with the truck this weekend, so I won't have anything for you there. Maybe this next weekend we will. Nothing crazy coming up that I know of. But we're gonna get on out of here. You guys take it easy and keep watching YouTube, I guess. But this was my setup, chest mount, just the simple stuff. So we'll see you guys next time, and you got some good weather. Go out and go back.